Folks, I know it hasn't been that long since I released an episode on Left Behind 2 Tribulation Force, but I have to get to Left Behind 3 quickly. Is it because I'm afraid of forgetting what even happened at the end of the second? Absolutely! I've already forgotten most of it. Okay, I remember Jason Jones was in the second film, so hopefully in the third, we'll find out what side he falls on in the world at war. And considering how in the second, the Antichrist had to pull the news feed to keep people from seeing the truth, it's hilarious that when I click on the Left Behind World at War website, this happens. From the poster, though, can't tell if Asylum Mockbuster of White House Down, Deep Impact, or Plane. Left Behind 3 was the last part of this particular set of Left Behind films, making it a trilogy, but does it really sum it up enough considering there's about 16 books? This one isn't so much based on the third book entirely. The movie comes from the last couple chapters of the second book, Tribulation Force, and also the first handful of chapters of the third, Nikolai, with a lot of stuff included that doesn't come from any of the books. Maybe there's more in the video game version. Taking the reins of director this time is Craig R. Baxley, which gives me hope, and I'll tell you why. This man directed Action Jackson. And the best part of the opening? Yes, we have finally reached heaven after all of these years! This one starts out happily. Ah, damn it, just the studio logo. What about this one? I am seeing a bright light. Yes, studio logo, but the bright light doesn't lie. Where is this taking me? Yeah, that seems about accurate. Oh, and Louis Gossett Jr. is narrating the series now, I guess.
Funny thing about a dream, when you're asleep, it all seems to make sense.
Like hell, I never forgot my locker combination while my teeth were falling out. It doesn't take long for this to get weird.
And when one single man rose to power.
This is original. We're actually watching the person narrate it. I'm guessing he's the President of the United States, or snuck onto the set of Murder at 1600, because this is the same Oval Office used for that. This is all 18 months after the Israel Treaty from the end of the second, and is marking the beginning of the 7-year tribulation, when no one can get any work done because of gangs shining flashlights into your windows and holding up a sound effects box. President Gerald Fitzhugh has a plan though, but we need to stall for time. Perfect! The whole 1 week earlier cliche! One of the worst story structures you can do, but it's Left Behind, so I don't care. This is the most intense loading of Bibles I've ever seen.
Where are these Bibles going? Utah!
Clearly, I mean, they're all the Book of Mormon. Sho Kosugi will get these Bibles out of here or die trying. Ninja 4 has gotten preachy. But no, they left Chris Smith behind! He can't get mad, that's the title. Chris Smith continues his tradition of me having to double check after asking, so Chris Smith was a character in the others, right? I had to do that for the second one too. I may not remember him in life, but with this cutaway, I will always remember him in death. Damn, how could I have forgotten the character whose head was made of clay? Now we meet Vice President Charles Martin Smith. Between the three of you, you were in American Graffiti, Officer and a Gentleman, and The Untouchables. What are you doing here with Kirk and speaking only in dramatic movie politics speak?
I'm fighting for America, not against it.
America is the will of its people. And just like the rest of the world, it's a new way.
President Fitzhugh wants to give the Branch Davidians a shot. The Vice President warns that Nikolai is going to attack America with a biological weapon. They're stuck because they don't have Jack Bauer anymore. God raptured him on the grounds of just giving the man a break for once in his life. So far, the cuts here are the best part.
What makes you think that the United States is one of its prime targets?
Is he still gonna answer that question? He has the best of the best protecting him, unless something explosion-y happens, and then, holy shit, I didn't sign up for this! I was just trying to impress my wife, I'm getting out of here! It doesn't matter how fake the rockets look, it'll still blow something up, where shockingly, the president is just fine. Not the first time that's gonna happen either. Ah, good, help is here.
Mallory was a good man, a man you could trust. Know that.
Okay, bye. Can you take me with you? Anyway, time for church. Things have changed in the last 18 months. Clarence Gilliard Jr. had scheduling conflicts, so now Bruce Barnes is played by Arnold Pinnock. He has political experience. He was in Brady Bunch in the White House. Didn't they have a full church at the end of the last one? What happened? Oh wait, okay. Buck and Chloe are getting married. That must be why the others from the church aren't here. They didn't care. Here, I had to steal this off the charred body of a librarian. And Dad looks thrilled. Let's get some horny vows in here to make it awkward.
To laugh with you in good times, support you in bad, to comfort you with my body.
Okay, honey, I'm right here. Only one thing I can do now, upstage their wedding with my own. No joke, it's a double wedding. Now Rayford and Amanda are getting married. This scene was already too long as it is. Now we have to see a second wedding? A lot of sex sounds gonna be going on in the house tonight. I barely remember who Amanda is, but they're serious about this wedding, so I just have to suck it up and accept it. Maybe I'll remember who she is later. I'm so happy for you all. I'm so alone. I'm Bruce. On with their hot night, dinner with Bruce and making plans.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find something to do.
We've decided to include hot wax into our lovemaking. Ain't nothing that's gonna ruin this wedding reception. Really, Buck? You're still on call today of all days?
Vice President Mallory has been assassinated.
God damn it, get Billy Drago's face on the news! Bring him in ASAP! This scene still keeps getting dragged out for the Lord's Prayer. Can't tell this movie is stretched out from a few chapters and a couple books. And where's Nikolai Carpathia? He's always been the most entertaining character in these. We'll get to him soon. Let's pad it out even more by showing the president slowly go up the stairs in front of him. Then a slow elevator shot, and gonna get every second of him walking through the hall. God damn. I've been waiting here several hours. I got hungry and had to order some food. I hope you like Taco Bell. They brought back the nacho fries. I like an administration that thinks inside the shell. And after the rapture, all restaurants are Taco Bell. This is another scene that's gonna get deep, isn't it?
Look at the sky, Mr. President. What color do you see?
You mean the actual sky or the backdrop behind you? And what's lunch without concocting my own Baja Blast? My assistant will give you everything you need, including awkward cut.
I'm very flattered you remembered me, Mr. President.
How could I forget?
What did he do, grab her ass? Scenes in this are simultaneously too long and awkwardly cut. And now for our own awkward cut, let's take a break. We are back, and finally, Buck is gonna pay for those kidnapped orphan children in Little Piece of Heaven. I love that even Kirk wants to speed things along here.
Option number one, think about not putting a bullet into your head. Option two,
Option 1 is fine.
Oh, damn it, I've got several more badass one-liners to use. Okay, let's continue, I guess. Thanks for taking the hood off. I recognized his voice. I knew it was the president. And he's still got some movie lines.
answers now. Prayers later.
The answer is in there.
Oh, right, sorry. You've stopped whole scenes before to pray, so I needed to take precautions. both want to stop Nikolai's plan, and his evil plan is to poison Bibles with anthrax. People are really going out and buying new Bibles instead of just going to all of our nation's grandmothers' houses and taking theirs? If this plan sounds stupid, just remember it doesn't come from the book, but I hope these lines do.
Wouldn't you want him dead?
He's the Antichrist. You can't kill him.
The movie is from the director of Action Jackson. He'll find a way. But meanwhile, at the airport hangar...
I figure you'd never get around to introducing me to your lovely new wife, so I took it upon myself. I was just giving Mandy my congratulations.
It's a Hallmark Christmas movie now, and the jealous ex-girlfriend is gonna ruin things while Rayford tries delivering letters to Santa. Or it's a soap opera. Dude, that's Kirk Cameron's wife. There's only one thing that can save our nation's Christians from poisoned Bibles.
We need the vaccines. Maybe those will work.
Well, that's a far cry from the Kevin Sorbo version, in which, I'm not kidding, vaccines were the mark of the beast. But nothing is gonna beat his vice president's plan. Seriously, Charles Martin Smith got in and out of this. One scene and I'm done. Blow me up in a car. I'm out of here. We're gonna have to see their entire drive now, aren't we? They can fill time with tragic backstories, like when her husband died.
And they told me that he fell off the Staten Island ferry.
Wow, idiot. Cut to something more riveting, like loading the truck.
These vaccines weigh a ton.
That's the microchips that heighten our blind spot to keep us from seeing the truth of the flat earth. Sometimes you can just tell a movie would be way better if it was a canon film and it was Van Damme running through the sewers to investigate the Antichrist, and if they had to dodge rat people as well. Let the rat people walk by. We don't have the budget to show their faces. Bad news, they found their laboratory, but good news, their plan is really, really stupid. Do you know how long it will take to poison all these Bibles to kill enough people to make a dent? It's worse than I thought. They're coating it with that nasty cologne Grandpa always wears. Wow, our security is really terrible. The Antichrist didn't spend a lot of money on that department. You can stand there, shoot wildly, miss, and the president will still hit you. Too much action though. Now we need to see the whole drive back, where we now get the president's tragic backstory. After Jaws 3, I lost the shark vote. I kinda like this plot, where evil Chelsea Noble is threatening Rayford and seducing him.
Did you know she has a Bible stashed in your suite? That's okay. I didn't report it.
Ditch your new wife, and together we can buy up the family toy store and turn it into a Starbucks. She is straight up not letting it go. Damn, why is a fraction of this movie a rip-off of Disclosure? And those poisoned Bibles got shipped out fast. Bruce is already infected? Did he not have enough Bibles in his church already? No matter, we've got several more actors lined up to play Bruce in case we lose this one. Here, we'll take care of you. Drink this up, it's vinegar. Fake out dream sequence! But not really, because I really am sick. So it's like a half fake out dream sequence. They've got all hands on deck. Richard Fitzpatrick plays Major Kent. He'll study their every move. He's been in a ton of Hallmark Christmas movies. Now on with Hacking Missile Command, showing all the places Nikolai will strike. I should be safe. Oh crap, I'm screwed. And they have their biggest weapon abruptly ending the scene.
Yes, sir. Same 3 cities.
Well, let's not let World War III interrupt this romantic date setting. And like everything, it's all interrupted by Dad.
Hey, come on. You know where your wife is?
Control your woman, Buck! I can't fly a plane with her making several complimentary nuts jokes! Earlier, Kirk was wanting to speed the scenes along. Now God is.
Heavenly Father, we need your guidance.
Thank God. Lord, is that you? Oh, Louis Gossett Jr. Close enough. This doesn't feel like the third part in a trilogy. It feels like a messy episode in a political thriller TV series. Everything is so scattered and random, I can't tell who the main character is. When series regulars show up, I'm sitting here like, oh right, Chloe is in this. Earlier I was even like, oh right, Kirk Cameron is in this. It's like I'm watching Country Music Channel try their hand at making a Jericho TV series, where its biggest villain is padding.
What a day, what a glorious day, what a glorious...
Well, with karaoke that bad, he's definitely gonna be in hell. This is just making up rules as it goes along. Because it's Lord of the Rings now. Look, all I'm saying is Stephen King is better at surprise psychic connection characters, because at least then, I guess you kind of expect it. In this,
they that wait upon the Lord will renew their strengths and mount up with wings as eagles.
It's a whole movie made up of scenes that you could lose and not miss anything. My God, I've got it now. We throw the poison Bibles into a volcano or something. I don't know. I'm a little fuzzy on my fantasy stories. He's got to get to Chicago to save his daughter. If they can make it past security and Ice Queen Hattie, who is here with attitude and twists.
How far along now?
3 months.
Does Nikolai know?
She's carrying the Antichrist's baby. Kirk's biggest test yet on where this movie will fall in the abortion debate. No matter, it's never mentioned again. Another plot line done better by King. Because Nadine didn't show up to say, I'm pregnant, then leave, never to be seen again. But it is sad to see how the president and Nikolai's friendship has fallen apart. Truly, no one knows him better than Nikolai.
You look different today, Gerald. There's something new in your eyes.
You're right. I did get a new jar of head wax. Pick whatever excuse you want. That's the end of that scene. He's back in the war room now, taking down Nikolai the only way he knows how.
Haven't been searched yet. It's just porcelain.
You have a very weird collection, sir. This is a foolproof plan. No Antichrist can survive being shot with a plastic gun he took from a Time Crisis arcade machine. What in the world are you holding? Is that a fresh coat of paint? The fumes will hurt my head more than the bullets. He also wanted to plant a transponder on him, but Nikolai pickpocketed it from him and crushed it. Everyone in this is useless! Look, he's distracting the president with an endless stream of disaster movie B-roll showing that World War III has begun. It would have been easier to just show the Cinema Snob episode on World War III. I knew I should have brought a weapon stronger than simply breaking the skin with a tiny pellet. See, he can sew that suit back together just fine. Don't mind him, he wasn't a true believer in toy guns. And right before the president was gonna answer the question, the sky is green, as in obvious green screen out the window. I'm guessing he'll fall since Nikolai said, nice of you to drop in. He's fine. Seriously, he is. That's just how stupid and convenient this movie is.
That's not humanly possible.
Even the Antichrist is calling out the bullshit here. He's the smartest one in the film, because he's the only smart one in the film. We'll be right back. The movie has 25 minutes left. Will it solve World War III and take down the Antichrist? We'll see. We're back, and I like that no matter where you are located in this, you are in walking distance to the war room. Oh, right, Kirk Cameron is in this. Buck is just watching things happen throughout.
No, I'm sitting here in my apartment watching World War III through a window.
Buck is the hero we need, staying inside where it's safe. Oh, and Chloe has been poisoned by the Bibles too. Serves her right for eating the pages of Song of Solomon for dinner. No, God, I thought we were friends!
Oh, this is not the God I know.
Really? You've not seen bad things happen to good people in these movies? I also like how 3 movies in and people are still surprised by the Antichrist.
You want me to believe that he's bulletproof and you fell out a window and walked away?
I could understand her having questions about the falling out a window part, but everything else checks out. My favorite is when Kirk is angry at God and says, "Fine, I'm going to Chicago anyway. What are you gonna do, kill me?" Then God gives him a busy signal so he can't arrange tickets. We've now reached the point in the film where it's being padded with previous footage of the very movie we're watching. Hell, even Bruce dying is stretching this out. Christ, I thought he died like 20 minutes ago. He's still going. Wanna get real awkward? Hey, Ray, look behind you, you idiot.
Oh, no.
Oh shit, my dying daughter! Wow, that probably should have been the first thing I noticed when I walked in here. But now we're caught up to the president recording his narration on the same type of camera I used to make some shot-on-shitio movies about 20 years ago. And the man who walked in at the beginning, it was Kirk, showing the most unrealistic power in the entire film, that anyone can safely walk anywhere in a matter of minutes. Even the president is like, why aren't you with your wife? And his answer is, she's going to heaven, she'll be fine. I've got more important things.
Time is running out. And I don't want you to go to hell.
This is just an elaborate plan for Kirk and Chloe to have their honeymoon at Camp David. So sure, with World War III happening and bombs going off in the background, let's do this confess your sins conclusion like I'm watching an Estes Perkle movie with After Effects. How is there only 12 minutes left? And why is it still being padded with dying Bruce? It's such a casual conclusion. Nothing dangerous here. We'll take our time and act normal. Then back to the dying and slowly praying Bruce again. My God, this movie is bad. All Nikolai really does here is just hang out in his office till people slowly, very, very slowly walk to him and maybe something will happen. And something does. When this movie is backed into a corner, God gives the president invisibility powers. I'm being serious. I guess that's normal. Probably just some kids hitting the buttons. It's not like the first 2 movies were great, but they were the better Left Behind movies I saw. Maybe because they at least based themselves on mostly whole books? Whereas this is just a punishingly stretched out movie version of just some chapters. I'm guessing because that helped the movie's very, very limited budget. It's comedic how long it takes this guy to die. Saul from Windy City didn't take this long. Comedy death scenes don't take this long. Even when he does die, I'm like, I don't believe you. This is a movie where the big plan is, I'm gonna record everything he's saying on the phone. That'll convince them to send the bombs our way. The one thing Nikolai hasn't predicted for whatever reason. Also, with Bruce dead, let's now have Chloe die for a long-ass time. I'm kidding, she has an antidote.
Drink this wine and live. It's the wine. I can breathe.
The wine cured her. Wine moms everywhere will save the world. Pass out more Hallmark movies to everyone. Also, sorry Bruce, guess you should have drank the wine, huh? But remember, the Antichrist is still unkillable. But Superman throwing a huge-ass bomb at him will slow him down a bit. Could this get any more convenient?
We found the antidote. It's red wine.
What?
Seriously? Oh, that's ridiculous. It was that easy this whole time? Also, this isn't gonna feel like the end of a trilogy, isn't it? Nope, the last line is, "We need to talk," and Nikolai doing the evil villain walk towards the camera like both he and McConaughey's Randall Flagg are patiently awaiting sequels to this and The Dark Tower. What a pointless-ass trilogy! If you barely had enough money and storytelling for this one, why leave the damn thing open? Just end it! Oh, but sure, I guess there's more. There's the Nick Cage remake, that movie's Sorbo sorta sequel, and the YA romance version. I'm not angry simply because this was bad. I'm angry because at the end of the 3 movies, it was a waste of my goddamn time. Even the Estes Perkle trilogy ended in heaven. But the plus side is, after a day or 2, I'll forget it anyway. That's all for the best. That way I can go to sleep at night knowing that Jason Jones survived the events of these films just fine.
So what's gonna happen?
The world will experience judgments, terrible judgments.